time right now is 9:24, and keeping children safe is a top priority for parents. But with how busy and overwhelming it can tend to be, it may be hard to stay on top of all the safety recommendations. So joining me this morning is Dr. Lindsay Moore-Ostby, and you're a contributor with Indianapolis Moms, and we are talking about car seat safety. And this is a topic I have covered many times, and it's quite interesting because some of the things that you think you know,
you don't know,
are not right.
It is true.
So first, what are some of the things that parents need to know when it comes to safety?
Right. So one of the main things is car seats are awesome. Using the right one is important, but it doesn't work unless you install it right and you use it right. And a lot of the time, you've done all this work to buy the expensive seats, do all the research for the best, but we're not using it right. Even pediatrician moms like me found out the hard way, we didn't know what we were doing. Ooh. So we have to learn.
Yes, and there's a lot of things that go into knowing how to put it in correctly when your car seat is expired. So let's talk about turning the car seat forward too soon.
Absolutely. So one of the really big basic things, once it's installed correctly, is using it in the right position. We all think, and we grew up usually with car seats turning forward really early on. It turns out children's neck bones are not fully hardened until several years old or even older, and so they're more likely to have a broken neck or a spinal cord injury if they're facing forward instead of backwards. So we want them to stay backwards as long as they can. The AAP, the Association of Pediatrics, they'll say 2 years, but frankly that's the minimum for safety. I tried to keep my kids backwards until 4.5. Everybody worries about their legs being uncomfortable. I promise you there's ways to fix it. They're fine, and it's way safer.
Wow, okay. And so so talking about not turning it too soon, and then let's talk about the chest clip. And sometimes it being at incorrect heights for children.
It's one of the top ones I see in the office. So generally speaking, you want to take the top of the chest clip and you want it to hit right about the bottom of the armpit. So I like to call it the tickle clip. You can take the chest clip top and you can tickle your kid in the armpit. That is when it's safe, because that is when it's over the hardest part of the sternum bone, so it won't cause any damage to the abdominal organs or to above.
Okay.
Very safe.
Ooh, see, I didn't know that. And so leaving harness straps too loose.
Too loose. Also a worry, because none of us wants to have our kid get pinched, right? They get the neck marks. What you do though, you want to have it, I usually push the chest clip down a little lower, tighten things up, then raise the chest clip to the proper height, and then check it. You want to do a pinch test right at the shoulders or a little bit below. If you can pinch that fabric together, it's too loose. Most of the time, you don't have to worry about marks on their neck. If you are, I would just kind of tuck the little fabric a little under it from their shirt. It'll keep it from being a problem. Don't add anything aftermarket either if you're worried about the straps, because aftermarket products are not tested with your seat. So just shift the shirt a little.
And then lastly, wearing bulky clothing or too many jackets, especially when we actually get cold again.
Absolutely. Well, right. Like I would say it's wintertime and this is a good topic, but as you know, it's been weird. So I'm not using jackets as much right now. But when you do, we all want to get our kiddos bundled up before we get them outside, of course. But anything in your car seat that's between your child and the seat that's thicker than just a couple of millimeters can impact in a crash. In a crash, that clothing will get compressed and it's too loose and your child can get harmed or ejected from the seat. So if you have a jacket, anything more than like a thin fleece, if you want to have a coat, a jacket, a blanket, put it on them over the car seat, not under it. Anything between your baby and the seat itself that it didn't come with is dangerous.
Okay, well, Dr. Moore, you have taught me several things.
Learn something new every day.
All things that I thought I knew about car seats that I absolutely didn't. So thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Your time right now is 9:27.